Alrighty. So begin in your seated position. Hands on thighs, upright posture. Breathe in, breathe out. Two-part breathing, inhaling all the way to the fullness, exhaling all the way to the empty. Two-part breathing will naturally become four-part breathing because when you take an inhale, it'll feel good to hold the breath for a little bit. And then exhale when you're ready. And hold the breath empty. Now we add on top of that the movement. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Lift the chest, lift the chin, all with an inhale. And settle back to neutral and the opposite. Slide the hands forward, hollow the chest, drop the head. And when you're ready, inhale, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arch, and exhale. Round. Let's just do that a few more times. One more, all the way to the arched position. We settle back to neutral, and let's go into our rotation. Slide left hand forward, right hand and elbow back, turn to the right, and then back to middle, and turn to your left. Inhale, middle. Exhale, turn. Inhale, middle. Exhale, turn. Few more. And middle. Hang loose. Lean to the right. Left wrist floats up. Left foot empty. Back to the middle. Lean to the left. Back to the middle. Lean. Middle. Lean. One more each way. And middle. Shoulder blades forward and up. Back and down. Forward, up. Continue. And reverse. Back and up. Forward, down. Remember the shoulder blades, what we're moving here. Shoulder blade circles. Back and up. Forward, down. And now, bring your feet together, knees together, hinge forward, float your arms forward, backs of hands touch. Big circle around and in. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. At this level, low, spiraling internally, externally with the arms. Keep that, but let's take it up to chest level, forward and up, open, palms face forward, slide down, neutral, forward and up, open, palms face forward, slide down. Again. And forward and up, out, down. Forward and up. Big full range movement. Forward and up. And neutral. Now we go back and out, forward and in, neutral. Back and out, around to the front and in, neutral. This is low, right? We're keeping the hands low. And then we're going middle, out and up, cross at chest level, down, neutral, back, out, up, neutral, down. And then full range, back, out, up, way up, down in front, neutral, back, out, up, way up, one more. And neutral. Bend the elbows, bring the elbows out and up, down, around and in, down, out and up, down, around and in, up, down, in. Now elbows back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. One more. And elbows out. One high, one low, wrap around, out to the side, switch. And down with the elbows, out in front with the hands. Turn your palms down, up, down, up. And palms up, hands out while the elbows stay in. This forces I'm sort of exaggerating it, but unfolding and opening. Then hands in, that's back to neutral. Now elbows out and around in front. Bring the shoulders into internal rotation and hollow the front, broaden the back. And then open and unfold the front, externally rotate the arms. And then internally rotate from the shoulder, hollow the front. So that word shape shifting that I've used before, really important because we're all stuck in one shape. And of course, there is a shape that looks like good posture. But if we have this good posture, but we're stuck in that position, we got all kinds of problems. So that's why we need to be able to shift shape, change shape. That's the emphasis in Taoist understanding of a healthy body. It's all the shape changing and mechanisms have to be able to move. Step wide apart. Now we go left hand up, over the top and down, up, over the top and back. So because we have a wide stance in the feet, this is open. And then we're closing the top while keeping the bottom open, and then top and bottom open. Top closes while bottom remains open. Top and bottom open. Right? So that does something very different than, let's say I bring this leg over and I close. I'm not creating any change through this area. But by having this leg here and closing, right, I'm forcing a change, a shift in the mechanisms inside the body, the different relationships. Couple more. And neutral, up, over top, cross the wrists, drop the arms between the legs, separate. Cross, opening, unfolding, externally rotating. And then up and over, other wrist on top, closing, folding, internally rotating. Shape changing. So you see how this casual shape change changes to, now it's lifted and open and externally rotated. And then it changes to closed, folded, internally rotated. And then opened, unfolded, externally rotated. So with the breath, exhaling, inhale, exhale, inhale. Looks like some of you aren't muted. Take care of that. Something froze. I'm not sure if you all can hear me, but my computer being silly. All right, there we go. Still frozen. If you guys can hear me, just bear with me. There we go. You guys can hear me. It'll catch up in a second. All right, there we go. So back to this one, just a couple more rounds. So step wide, open, unfolded, up and over, cross, down. So this would be inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. And neutral. Now wrists, over, under, and through. Circle. As you get more comfortable with this, you can see what I'm doing with my fingers. So I'm still getting the same wrist roll. I'm just adding movement of the fingers to get hand bones. So carpal tunnel and arthritic issues, as well as hand strength, is helped by this being more pliable, right? Let's go ahead and reverse, go the other way. So strength from the Taoist point of view is more dependent on pliability than it is on hardness of strength. So that's a lot of times just in our mindset of thinking, I got to have stronger hands to open jars or something. And so then we think, oh, harder and stronger. Instead, it's softer and stronger. For like, to use a jar example, in order to open this jar, let's say, it's less about how hard I can grab as it is about how much I can merge and meld with the top, and then how much I can merge here and how much I can apply that force, right? How much I can steady here and apply force through from the dantian all the way out through the fingers. And so that idea holds true for more than just our hands strength. It's the whole body strength. Like when we do our Tai Chi push and draw, it's not about how hard I make these muscles and push. It's how soft everything is and connected. And then I can issue force. They use the word issuing. So thinking of that when we stand up, when we lift things, it's not how hard the muscle is, though the muscles are involved, it's how united and connected your body is, right? So that's what we're doing with these different exercises, is breaking down the blockage between everything so that the body can move as one, right? So let's just get our legs a little bit before we stand up. So you got right knee lift, draw it up and in, use your hands to draw it up, flex the foot, and then push. And draw it up, set it down, and switch each time. Load, push, load, down. Continue. Again, just everything I just spent time talking about a second ago, keep that in mind, that the strength of your leg is not how hard your muscles are. Again, we don't want atrophied muscles, but we don't want rock hard muscles, actually. They look cool and they can do certain things, but over time they fail us functionally. They exhaust the tendons and they give out and they stress the joints. So we're soft, pliable, loose, and able to issue power through this leg, right? Foot and ankle, same idea. Point and flex. Just trying to get pliability through the foot bones. all the way to the toes. Tilt the foot a little in and out. Tilt. Circle. And reverse circle. And down. And point and flex. Tilt a little in and out. Circle. And reverse circle. And down. Scoot forward on the chair. Before we stand up, let's just do our internal external rotation. So step wide, lift your toes and turn toes and knees in and toes and knees out. About 5 of these. Same idea. We're just trying to open up the space, the junction of leg bone, pelvis, right in here, the quad. Opening and closing. So that force and power can flow through it rather than getting stuck there. And then pause in neutral and let's go heels in, knees out, and heels out, knees in. Same junction, but just slightly different because the pivot point is different. Heels in and out. And neutral. Hip hinging, fold all the way. And then sit vertical and tip back. Sit vertical, fold. Sit vertical, tip back. Fold. Back. Now, hang your arms loose. Slide your feet back. Fold, pour the weight forward, and stand up. Noting that you don't have to force it and really work so super hard. Instead, just be skillful with your joint mechanics. Folding, relaxing your way up, and folding, relaxing your way down. The more you clean off what is extra in there, extra tension and barnacles, or the more you flush and pump through the collapsed places, the places that have lost their cabin pressure. Now, don't sit in the chair, just fold and sink and then rise right back up, that Tai Chi squat. Again, just breaking through. Now, when you're up, hips forward, a little bit extra. Sink. Rise. Hips forward. Neutral. Now your Tai Chi. So let's start by doing the open and the close maneuver for Tai Chi. So shift your weight over to your right leg, left foot empty, bring the left foot in close, and then go to 50-50 where you're standing on both legs and have your arms in close. This is standing at attention. And then we sink down through the right leg, so you've emptied your left leg, and also like a little bit of extra buoyancy floating through the arms. And the arms have, so we're sort of drawing the arms in and float them a little bit. So notice I'm not doing any sharp bend anywhere. I'm not doing this or anything sharp, but it's just like the water flows through and they have some buoyancy. So as you sink down into your right leg, start that buoyancy through the arms, step your left foot out a comfortable distance, and then shift to 50-50. So stop at 50-50, 50%, 50%. And then close by shifting 100%. Bring your left foot in, still empty, and then as you straighten up to 50-50, let the arms draw into the body. So shape shift, right? We're in this shape, and then we're going to get into that Tai Chi gunslinger position. Go down through the right leg again, arms floating a little bit. Step that left foot out empty. Shift underground to 50-50 and settle into your Tai Chi ready position. Both legs are a little bent, you're sunk down. And then shift into the right leg again to close, step together, straightening through both legs, arms come into the body. So be able to track these small changes. Again, down through the right leg, arms float, step left foot out, shift underground, and also the hands, when you sink to 50-50, they settle a little bit like that, right? So they were here, and just settle, and we're in this ready position. And then we close, shift to the right leg, float that left foot in, straightening up. Now let's do that the other way. So now go down through your left leg, arms float, your right foot empty, step, 50-50, settle to the gunslinger ready position, and then change back to the left leg, step that right foot in, and then straighten up. And again, down through your left leg, arms float, step right foot out, shift, ready position, and then back, right foot steps in, straightening up. Again. And then one more time, opening to the first direction, and then we'll do our Tai Chi. So down through the right leg, floating the arms, step, shift underground, ready position, rising hands. As the arms rise, the legs straighten a little bit, get this pung quality through the whole body. And then as the hands come down, feel settling down through the whole body and float the arms, swing the arms a little behind you, right? So they come behind. So we're going down, forward, and up, this rising through the whole body. And then the whole body. Whereas at first, people learn this and all they see is, okay, my arms are going up and down, right? But you want to start to feel how it's this unblocked, uncompartmentalized, liquid vehicle, all connected, right? This straightening of the legs, this rising. So that's the energy of pung. My teacher uses the description. If you're floating out in the ocean and you feel the swell of the wave and what that swell of the wave does to your body, that's what you want to feel. That's what you can feel as you soften the rigidity and pung. Sinking and settling. Now that same pung, just out to the side, wing. Settle through. Pung, this rising through the legs and the body. And sink. Rise. Again, what are we doing? We're changing the state of the brain, nervous system, body relationship from stiff and rigid to liquid, fluid. Now, sink chi to belly, we go wing, turn palms up, roll, fold, and then as the hands settle, body settles as well. A little bend to the knees, a little sinking. And again, wing, roll, fold, rise, roll, fold. Sink. Wing, roll, fold. Sink. And backs of hands close to each other. Up, rising. Now, specific, palms face forward, then up with the fingers, out with the fingers, all the way out to crane wing, full extension, and then wings as you sink a little bit. Scoop. Now, internally rotate, backs of hands touching or close to it, up. And so, Mark, notice when you went up, you went like this. Notice what I'm doing here. So, up, close to the body. There you go. And then palms face forward. Hands go up and out. And again, make sure this full extension. So you really pull open all this sort of stuck quality that's in the limb. Get that space. Then wings. Again, backs of hands close to the body as you come up. Palms face forward. We go up and out. Big extension. Then the whole liquid body sinking through the legs, arms. One more. Embracing the moon. Wing. Right hand roll, fold. Left hand sweep under. And then as the hands magnetically attract to each other, sink through the body. And you should have your bottom hand palm facing up, right? So it's here, and then here, separate. Right hand does the up and out we were just practicing. Left hand wing, so that they cross the wing position. And then left hand over, right hand under. And sink through the body as the palms come towards each other. And then rise through the body as the palms go away from each other. Big, full round. And then sink. Rise. Sink. So in many ways, Tai Chi is just all about real estate. The most valuable real estate in the world. You can't buy it. Go ahead, scoop down. You have to cultivate it. It's the space between all your mechanisms. It's the space between all your layers of tissue, the space where flow is happening through your blood vessels and your nerve pathways, the space for your cerebrospinal fluid to wash the nervous system, right? It's all about space. Pull the elbows back. Turn the palms forward. Push. Full extension. Turn the hands. Draw. Turn the hands. Push. Turn the hands. Draw. Turn the hands. Push. Turn the hands. Draw. Turn left palm to face forward, push. Slight turn of the body. Turn left hand to face your body, right hand face forward, push and draw. Slight turn of the body. Turn right hand to face body, left hand face forward, push and draw. Push and draw. Find those rotating parts inside the body. So again, the hands going on this forward and backward journey, but the body turning, turn. Both hands back, down, and from your middle pivot, shift more to the right leg. I'm sorry, left leg. Turn slightly to the right, to the left, and float your hands to the left. Now, shift and turn the bear, washing paws in the stream. Now, again, as you get better at this, you get more out of it. You make more of it. So, right, in the beginning, I might just be doing this just to try to coordinate things. But you can see things are kind of stuck versus, right, you see that sweep across and that sweep across and then that spiral, this turn, and then shift and turn and brush and sweep. So I'm using this like I would use any therapeutic tool to create a change. Now, does it have a martial art application? Yes. Does it have a sort of poetic name? Yes. It's got all these interesting components and layers to it, but for our purpose, just getting looser. Now let's go for the bear, swirls the stream, right? So that's where the sweeping hand goes far away, but it stays low. Sweep. 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 So that's the bear swirls the stream. Swirl. We're freeing the spiraling mechanisms. Now the bear swats the low jumping fish. Float your right hand up around, belly level. So we've got low and, or we've got the brush knee, and then we've got the low jumping fish. They're at two different levels, but not too far apart. Same thing, right? So if I turn sideways, you can see they're not at the same level. This is a little bit above it. So being able to track small nuanced change. Then we got the middle jumping fish where the low hand brush knee still goes down, but this one comes up a little higher, chest level. James, you're forgetting to change your hands on the way to your right. So you're correct there, but you're forgetting to change. Yeah. And then don't forget to change again. Now let's go for the higher jumping fish, up around head level, face level. And then let's go for the highest jumping fish, reaching way up. Turn. Down. And then way up. Turn. Down. The goal here is to separate the body parts. So I'm soft and long down to the earth and soft and long up to the heavens. And then as the arm comes down, you sink through the body, this sinking, settling like a spring loading, and then unload, but don't uproot yourself. One more. Now stay in your left leg. Wing roll fold. Shift and turn. Brush knee. Push. That push hand comes down, dips into the water. The other hand, wing roll fold, and we're ready to go. Shift, turn, brush, push. Full extension. Wing roll fold, stored, and shift and turn. Full extension. Wing roll fold. Stored in this leg, stored, turn this way, and then we're ready to shift, turn, brush, knee, and push. Then stay in that right leg till you're stored and ready, and then shift, turn. So the sophistication of the fold so that it can push. The wing roll fold so that it can push. And stay in your left leg. Right foot empty, turn the foot slightly out, change all the weight into that right leg, sit through that right leg. Left foot empty, touch the toe empty out in front of you. Touch the toe out. Bring your right hand down, bend left elbow, fingers point up. Now bring left foot back empty, change the weight into the left leg, left hand down, bend right elbow, point fingers up, right foot touch. Bring the right foot back, nothing changes. Now as you shift the weight to the right leg, right hand down, left hand up at the same time, and as the hands are arriving, toe goes out. Foot back, nothing changes. Then shift, everything changes. Hand down, up, foot empty, touch. Bring the foot back, nothing changes. Shift the weight, everything changes. Now we add another challenge to this. So you should have left hand high, right hand low to match me, so I'm your mirror. As you bring your front foot back, turn left hand forward, right palm in. So turn. So just do that a couple of times with your hands. See if you can get left palm will be forward, right palm in, and then turn them back to the way they were. And the new place, back, in, back. Okay? So now left palm facing forward, right palm facing in, and you've stepped this foot back. Now change the weight, left hand down, right hand up. So once again, notice you've got this arrangement of the hands. Now change that arrangement. Just turn. Get that feeling of turn left palm forward. Right palm forward, left palm in. And then turn them back to where they were. Turn, 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 turn. Now time that. So as you bring your right foot back, turn right palm forward, left palm in, and then change the weight, change the hands, left foot empty. Touch. Bring that foot back and change the palms. Turn left palm forward, right palm in, what we were just working on. And then change, left hand down, right hand up, foot in front. Bring the foot back, turn right palm forward, left palm in. So that's all together. That's one move. Boom. And then it's change to here. Bring the foot back, the palms change, right? Again, I'm just showing that event. It's an event from here to here. from here to here. And then we change. Now see if you can get that to flow a little bit. Bring the foot back, the palms change, shift, adjust. Bring the foot back, the palms reorient, shift, the hands go low, high, high to low. Bring the foot back, the orientation changes, and then high hand goes low, low hand goes high. One more. And both hands dip down, step side, wash, wash, wash. Now, stay in your right leg, sweep that left hand, lake, vapor becomes a cloud. Now shift left, turn left, cloud, lake. Make sure that right hand comes along for the ride, lake. And then lake becomes vapor, cloud rains, and then it's cloud, lake, vapor and rain. So James, what are you doing? So once you're over here, when I say vapor and rain, what I mean is the low hand vapors up and the high hand rains down. So that has to happen. Now you're ready to go. Get your left hand up, right hand down, shift and turn. So cloud, lake. So when I say vapor and rain, something's got to happen. Something's got to change. So do the change. James, your low hand has to go up, your high hand has to come down. There you go. And then we're ready to go back across. And something has to change. The upper hand rains down, the lower hand vapors up. Then we're ready to go. Very good. Shift and turn. So Mark, you have your hands, I think, backwards, I think. I can't quite tell, actually. So here you want your right hand high, your left hand low, shift and turn. And then that has to switch. There you go. Wow. And come all the way over to your right leg. Stay in your right leg. Take your right hand behind your back. Take it out of the game. Left hand, bottom of a ball. So like this, except you turn so it's over here. Now, this left hand goes forward. Your other hand, James. Yeah. So it's here and it goes forward, but then we shift and turn so it ends up all the way up here, started down here and got all the way up to there. Turn your palm out, wing, lake. Now we're ready here at the bottom of the ball. Notice how my palm is facing up. And notice how my hand is right in front of my hip. There you go. So when we did this, the hand is close to the body. It's right next to the body. Then it goes away from the body, shift and turn, flying diagonal. Turn the palm out, wing, lake, bottom of ball next to your hip, right in front of your hip. Then cast the hand forward, shift and turn. Not your right hand, James. Still doing just the left hand. Yep. Shift and turn, up high, up high. Turn the palm out, wing, lake, bottom of ball, by the hip, and then forward and flying diagonal, up and away. And Lana, make sure you don't crank your shoulder. So Don't be throwing the arm back like this. Look where my arm ends up in relationship to my body. Look, it's in front, right? It's not cranked back here. And then when we turn it out, it wings close to the body. And then, again, out in front, way out here, and gets up to this corner, but doesn't get cranked behind you. Here. And then turn and sweep down. Bring your right hand out. Let's do it with the right hand. Sweep under. Left hand behind the back. This hand down close to the hip. Forward. Flying diagonal. Turn the palm out. Sweep. Lake. Bottom of ball. Now, forward. Shift and turn. Flying diagonal. Turn the palm out. Wing. Lake. Bottom of ball. Again, James, notice the hand. I'm touching my hip with my palm facing up. So get this close, palm facing up, so that you can go away from the body, right? We're stored here so that we can cast it at that direction. Shift, turn. Turn the palm out. Wing, lake, store, again, by your hip, and then shift and turn away. One more. Shift and turn. And reverse. Now, wash your paws. Settle, neutral. Left hand under, right hand over. Embracing moon, the big ball. Palms face each other. Stroke the wild horse's mane on a parallel to the floor trajectory. So again, notice full extension, full extension, full extension, full extension, full extension, and then back. Full extension. Back. Same feeling except on the diagonal. So turn slightly. This low hand does the diagonal. The high hand does a countering complementary diagonal. Together that makes the stroking wild horse's mane. Now at this full extension, turn your left hand palm out, right hand palm up, embrace the moon. Stroke wild horse's mane. Flying diagonal plus downward diagonal together at the same time. Turn left palm out, right palm up, embrace the moon, shift to the right leg, turn a little to the right, storing, and then stroke wild horse's mane, shift left, turn left. And then turn left palm out, right palm up, shift and turn. And shift and turn. So 3 phases: release, store, issue. Issue meaning do the thing, right? The thing is stroke wild horse's mane. Turn those palms. This is a releasing phase where we're letting go of what we just did. This is the storing phase, preparing to do a thing, and then we're issuing that thing. Release, store, issue. Release, store. And Karen, I know that you have that right shoulder issue, so remember it could be all right here. Issue, release, store, issue. release. Right, so that's keeping this nice and comfortable, but it's still getting a lot of movement, a lot of sort of potentially therapeutic movement to take it through that gesture, however small, even if it were right here. Right. Now, pause. Let's get the other side before we're done. Right hand under, left hand over, parallel to the floor. Stroke the wild horse's mane just to get this feeling for the brain. And then do it on the diagonal. Add the embrace the moon. So after you've issued here, turn right palm out, left palm up, embrace, issue, release, store, shift left, turn left, left hand on top, Karen, other way around. There you go. Issue, and again, if you want to make it small, just be right in here. Over time, maybe you get that full expression. Shift and turn, stroking wild horse's mane. There are martial art applications to this movement, but even if there weren't, from a neural network level, which is where my interest has turned, right, from my work with Parkinson's to just us aging humans, such a rich experience, such an interesting demand to place on your brain and your motor center to try and track this slowly rising while moving outward, while this is slowly sinking, and then they're organized through the middle. Shift and turn. So that's the other piece, that the more Tai Chi you practice, the more you decompartmentalize all your tissue issues and you do the movements that coordinate the brain and body. What the fruit of that labor is a sense of unification. But again, it's a paradox because it's all of this change, all of this diversity of movement that results in a state of freedom of all the different diversity of movement in a unified state. So that's where, again, it sort of trips you out. So instead of a unity of sort of a firm, single, okay, I'm in a state of oneness, it's a state of oneness because you've broken through all these blocks and pathways, right? And so just for this final, let's say, minute or so, just freestyle a little bit, or don't. You don't have to. But Tai Chi, there's something called the form and the formless. So form practice is prescriptive form, do this and then this, right? Like I'm teaching. But it's supposed to lead us to a state of formlessness. And you can see from my practice, I haven't really repeated anything yet. I haven't repeated, and I'm just following. So right now, I don't actually know what my next movement will be. I'm just being so present with my tissue, and I'm just following where it's going. My weight is changing leg to leg. Sometimes I'm in 70-30, like now, where it's a more full and a less full leg. And then now this is more full and that's less full, and I'm turning. Other times you bring a foot in, and so now it's 100-0, right? Golden rooster or white crane or different movements that have names, but the names don't really matter. It's shape-shifting, shape-changing, right? And of all the fitness practices, and I've done them all pretty much, from Western fitness to yoga to Tai Chi, nothing feels like this. Nothing does what this kind of spiraling and folding and opening. Nothing does it except maybe dance. Dance can sometimes do it, but the emphasis on the mechanics rather than the performance of dance, the emphasis on our own mechanics is really valuable in Qigong. So I invite you to do this on your own time. Put on some music, get a cup of tea, put on some music that doesn't have a lot of rhythm, put on something that's ambient, and just breathe and move and fold and rise and reach and come back. Use the video for inspiration if you'd like to, but the idea is spend more time breaking through those rigid places, whether it's the brain, nervous system, or the physical body. And then let's finish wing, roll, fold, settle. We are inviting and reminding our chi to not just stay scattered and active and wasting, right? But resting, napping, storing for when we need it later. And then stack one hand over the belly, other hand over that hand, and close it. Grab, fold. Do you get that little yin-yang looking symbol? Thank you, everybody. Make sure you know where your chair is when you go to sit. Any questions, thoughts, insights?